Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is Love After Lockup, y'all. Okay. The messiness and foolishness that is Love After Lockup. Here comes the Laal, season 5, episode 8. Baby, let me tell you, something surprised me. Something surprised me, all right? I was always rooting for Mikey. I'm still rooting for Mikey, but I'm also rooting for Louie. I want to see Louie win. And I have to say, for once, I agreed with Key-Knock. Who knew? Key-Rock was telling Brittany the truth. What the heck are you talking about, girl? Brittany went from spirituality to quitting school to wanting to go to damn brunch to getting on TikTok in 2.5 seconds. Make it make sense. Like, what are we even talking about, Brittany? Okay? Ciao. Okay, charade with this damn $5,000 party that looked like it didn't even cost 1,000. Girl, either you lying to us or you got scammed. Did you pay the people 5,000 a piece to freaking come to this raggedy behind ghetto party? And then you had the nerve to invite your baby daddy there and not have none of the people that he wanted to be at the party. The man been telling you since day one that he didn't want a party. All he knew was one freaking person that was there. You inviting your baby daddy thinking that these two was about to fight over your damn behind, and it didn't even go that freaking way. Then you tried to flip it and reverse it and be like, oh, well, good, we all coming together as a family. That's what I like to see. And got your spot blown up because you wanted to have a freaking fake marriage certificate, which never made sense to me. Only to have him freaking ask you to marry him there and have your brother and his mama on your ass. Girl, bye. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this daggone episode. Break it on down. Take it from the top. You know how we do. So, y'all, we gonna start it out with Chelsea and Mike, right? We picked Mikey. We picked right back up with them. We know that she had left him on the side of the road. And he was like, man, if she don't come back and get me, this might be a wrap. He was saying that he haven't been this pissed off in a long time. Okay, this how he get mad, when he was locked up, all right? And he don't want to bring that side back out of him, right? But she did pull back around and pick him up. And she basically was like, no, I just let you out because you said you wanted to get some air. I don't want to argue. And this is something that we both agree on. He don't want to argue either. He actually mentions like, I'm supposed to see my daughter today. She start asking him, is he ready to see his daughter? And I don't know if I just forgot about it, from when we seen them the last time. Because I feel like we always talking about Chelsea and her damn kids and him being a stepfather to them. But I didn't remember him having a daughter, So yes, he does have a daughter. He messed up. He went away, I think, when she was like 3 months old to jail. And, he talks about that him and his baby mother actually had a great relationship, but then, of course, the trust was gone. And once that was gone, we can't really be together anymore. And just him going back and forth and in and out of prison. And that means that he's lost time with her. And this really gave me a different perspective and a different outlook with Mikey. I'm not even gonna lie. I already liked him, but it made me just like him even more. And originally, I thought that him and Chelsea was a pretty good team together. I thought that they would probably be the couple that make it. And maybe they still can, but last episode and then this one, we was just getting a little bit of a different vibe from Chelsea. Granted, she's stressed out because of her money situation. And child, when you stressed about money, everything else goes out the window. So I do get that. But I just felt like she was very off. And it's like all you talk about is him having this great relationship with your kids and being able to be with you and your son. And the bond that they could build, but then you're like, I never messed with, somebody that have a child before, and she's kind of worrying about baby mama drama. And I'm like, you're somebody's baby mama, right? So we got to have it both ways. And when he was asking her if she wanted to come inside when he was going in to see his daughter, it's like, oh no, I'll wait outside, and it's like, why? And he was saying he didn't understand that, but he didn't want to kind of go too deep into it either and be caught up into that or whatever and put his energy into it. And I'm glad he didn't. I'm actually feel like it kind of worked out at the end of the day where it's been 3.5 years since he's seen his daughter Haley or whatever, and he's just going through all the different emotions on seeing her, right? And the way she just jumped into his arms and was so happy to see him, telling him that she missed him, giving him these big bear hugs, and him saying that overall he really can't complain about his baby mother and that, Chelsea don't have to worry about no type of baby mama drama from her, that she's not bad and stuff like that, and that they were together for about, 5 years or whatever the case may be. It would be a lot of back and forth and jealousy, and then, just one day she left him. But they have always been able to kind of come together when it comes to, co-parenting, and being away from his daughter is the hardest part, after he went to daggone prison, and him still in the car to go and see her and different things of that nature, right? And so they just was like playing with each other and talking with each other. I cracked up when his daughter said, I had to tell mommy she was a Karen one day, like, did you, she definitely speaks her mind and is upfront. She gives him this picture where he has to say whether he gonna be her Valentine, check yes or no, and he's like, oh, I have to check it. She asking for a pencil or whatever. So then he's like, let me go back out and check on Chelsea. She had originally said she was gonna stay in the car, and of course he tells them like, oh, she's not feeling too well today. So when he go back out and he's asking her if she want to come in, she's still kind of being wishy-washy and all of that, like, oh, I don't know. And then it gets to the point where it's like, well, what if she doesn't like me? And, basically saying that she's more so hard on herself because she's a deaf person. She wish she could kind of just, snap her fingers and wake up and be able to hear. And, the fact that it's hard to communicate, because he was saying he would do some sign language and, try to just interpret back and forth between them. And it's like, I get that, Chelsea, but at the end of the day, like you said, this is the first man that you're dealing with that has a child, and the same way that you want him to accept your kids and have some type of relationship with them, you definitely have to have a relationship with his daughter. His daughter has to be his number one. This changes, the whole trajectory completely with the fact that he has this child. She comes with him. So the fact that she was kind of over here bull crapping, I was like, okay, let's get it together, Chelsea. Or yeah, no, Mikey, is a no for me. You need to stay here with your daughter and let Chelsea, go ahead about her damn business. That's how I was starting to feel. Okay, but she did get out. She did come in. She's waving at her, and his daughter just ran right over and gave her a big old bear hug too. We sitting down and we talking or whatever the case may be, and just a little small talk back and forth about her even using some sign language. So you have this man that's learned to use sign language, for you, and now his daughter's even using the sign language too, and she's saying about, her having the coloring in her hair and her being pretty, and she's like, thank you, and they giggling back and forth, and she blushing. Then he asking his daughter whatever she want to do. She want to go outside and play with the frisbee. He like, oh, you ain't gonna be able to throw it like me. And we doing that, and Chelsea was kind of, joining into that, so that was cool. Then it was time for her mother to come pick her up, and again, Chelsea, oh no, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to meet her. I don't want no baby mama drama. Now, I'm not going to say she had to go out and meet the baby mother, especially not right now, this minute, or whatever the case may be. I think it was more important for her to meet the child. But at the end of the day, again, these is all the things that's going to come along with it. I even laughed when he was talking with his daughter, and she was like, yeah, I bet when mommy get here, she gonna be jealous of the fact that I had so much fun with you here today, because he was saying, did you have fun? And she was saying, yeah. So then he starts trying to tell Chelsea about it, and Chelsea makes it about her once again, like, oh, well, I didn't say that. And he's like, no, I'm not saying this any situation where she's jealous because of you. I'm saying that, she would be jealous that she had so much fun with me today. And his sister was actually saying that, no, I think she would be happy. And he was saying that him and her mom always kind of had a good relationship. So then he went outside to, just to take her off to the mom's car. And he's saying, hey, what's going on? We had a good time, and see y'all later, and throwing his daughter kisses or whatever. And Chelsea's watching from the window, and she's like, I'm really thinking about this now with, having to leave here or whatever. And his sister comes up to him and is like, how's this whole long distance relationship supposed to work? Or do you think it's going to work? And he's like, I don't know. I guess we will see. It's going to be one day at a time. And his sister likes, Chelsea too. But just like they was already mentioning when both his sisters was there with him, they're just skeptical about him jumping into this relationship with her full blast. And what this outcome is going to be. They feel like maybe he should take some time out to himself first. And I'm kind of agreeing with them more now, especially since seeing the daughter added to the equation as well, right? And I'm thinking that Chelsea might need some therapy and some other things that she needs to work on, plus going out and figuring out what's going on with her whole money situation. So that was pretty much my take on that, you guys. Now, moving on, the next couple we gonna have is Louis and Melissa. Listen, I did not care that much for freaking Louis. Melissa, we know, child, is stuck in damn, at the age of 16. His mama's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs too, so I feel like, that's gonna be a hard one. But when it's all said and done, Louis made the decisions that got him locked up, and he's fully aware of that, right? And he also, unfortunately, got mixed up out there on drugs. But for right now, with the headspace that he's in and the things that he is saying, I actually want him to win. I feel like he really is being sincere. I feel like he really does want to do this the right way this time. He does know the sacrifices. Of course, Melissa got mad because they was leaving from the dentist, and he was saying like, damn, I didn't know it was going to be that expensive, and $150 damn dollars, for the co-payment. And she like, yeah, the only reason why she used to get some deals and sometimes even was able to go to the dentist for free is because her sister was banging a dentist assistant at one time, or was it the dentist, one or the other. And he was like, oh, well, maybe I should be banging the damn dentist, I'll get some. I said, now, Louis, why would you say that? And you know how crazy damn Melissa is. And of course, the first thing she said is, there's nothing funny about that, Louis. But we just talking about how, damn, it's really time. Like, now I gotta go or whatever. I'm gonna drop you off and I'm gonna be up out of here. And it's like, well, damn, you're not even gonna come in for a minute. And she like, nah, I'm not good on that. And I was kind of surprised at how Melissa was acting. I don't know if it was just a thing of, like, it's actually the day for me to leave. And, people are funny with goodbyes, don't really want to say goodbye. But it seemed like she was kind of being cold, and it seemed like she was being negative. Now, I'm not surprised about that part of the trip, like altogether, and her, view. Apparently she's like, I thought this was gonna be a great trip and me and Louis was gonna be happy to see each other and we was just gonna have this perfect time. Nothing in life is perfect, Melissa. Hello. Okay, another reminder of her being stuck at 16. But she was like, it wasn't perfect, and I guess she didn't enjoy the whole time that they had there together. And now she's leaving to go back, and of course, nobody's shocked here. We are still kind of hesitant and still feeling like, what is he going to be doing when we leave, And she does ask him, like, so did Dirk offer you any kind of job? Are you supposed to go there and, work with him again? And he's like, yeah, actually he did. And right now I'm thinking I'm going to go back and I'm going to take him up on that offer. I'm going to work with him. I'm going to be staying with my mom for a minute. I'm going to open up this bank account. And I'm just going to get my stuff straight until when I could get down to New Jersey and be able to be with you and, get everything together. Like, he has a plan, that he seems like he's ready to stick to. Now, she's being negative about that with, oh, well, I don't know, how that's going to work. And I don't trust him to be able to do it. And, of course, thinking that his mom is going to just not stay on him or let him do whatever he want to do and things of that nature, so she not going to be able to keep him on track. And then when they get there, his mom is like coming to the door, of course, like, damn, you can't even come in and say goodbye. She like, no, I'm late for my flight. And mama's like, you late for every damn thing anyway, everywhere you go. And Louis just keeps saying, give him a second. And she's like, yeah, okay, whatever, like, it's not that serious, right? And so he had already asked her that, and she was saying no. And you could tell that he really didn't want her to leave, and that it genuinely is, some type of feelings there, whatever the case may be. And she over here talking about your mama's nuts. Of course, he ain't gonna say his mother's nuts. She's telling him that she already got him brainwashed, which was hilarious because the reason why I think they bumped heads so much is because they have similarities. Literally, when he went in the house and he's having the conversation with his mom, she's saying the same thing to him that he said about her, But she was just saying she was worried about the type of environment that he was going to be in, but she went ahead and left, right? So now when he goes in the house, mama talking about, do you want something to eat? I laughed at the fact that, she brings him out some noodles, and he was saying he ain't want nothing to eat, but he sure in the hell tore up that plate, okay? And she just was like, so what's supposed to be your plan now, and what's going on, because I didn't see you for all these days. Now he tells her about the whole thing with the ballroom dance, instructor, and them going ballroom dancing. Of course, Melissa getting jealous. The girl was pretty, and she was kind of feeling like she was throwing herself towards me and flirting, and that I was flirting back. And he was like, that's just my personality. Of course, mama agreeing with him. She don't see no wrong in damn Louis, okay? And, oh, wow, when is she? And you're handsome. And yeah, they always did that. And you always been that way, and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And so, she basically was trying to throw words at Melissa. And he basically was like, at the end of the day, regardless of it all, like, I did choose her. I do want to be with her. I do love her, regardless of whether the girl was flirting with me or I was flirting with the girl or anything else. Like, I don't want it to be misunderstood that I do care for her, and I do definitely still have intentions on, moving in with her. And I want you to be happy for me and want the best for me. And I want you to kind of take a step back a little bit. Of course, mama ain't like hearing that part, okay, honey? She was making all the faces and had that big old, hat sitting behind her with the super bitch on it, right? And so she talking about, well, she cuts me off mid-sentence and she makes everything about her, and she just basically has you brainwashed. And like I said, using the same words that Melissa used, he was saying that he don't see that. And she was like, it's because you're blinded. And he was like, you know what, it's so freaking weird right now, because I feel like I just had the same conversation with her, but vice versa. And then, she's telling him she hopes he's going to be focusing on getting his life together. And he was like, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to spend some time with you. I want to get myself together. Dirk offered me the job. I want to go there and work. I want to save up my money. I want to do the right thing. And then I want to get to Jersey. And that's my plan. And she's like, well, what about me? And he like, okay, what about you? And she was like, don't you remember what I moved to the South for? And he's like, yeah, your job transferred here. And then she's like, yeah, but I also moved for you. You were having a hard time, I think she said, in college, or I don't know if she just said school, right? But my thing is, mama, this is a 40-year-old man. Louis is a grown-ass man now, regardless of whether you move down here for him or not, which he appreciates. He said he appreciated. You've been looking out for him his whole life. She talking about, well, you just gonna leave me hanging right now? And he's telling her, thank you for everything. It's not about him leaving you hanging. You made that choice consciously to move there, and you can make the choice to move anywhere else. That's what you did as a mother, or whatever the case may be, right? And that's fine and dandy, but you can't expect for him to give up his whole life and not live his life from this point on because of what you did for him then. You did that because you wanted to do it. I would hope, I can't stand a person that does something and then throws it back in somebody's face. I'm a mom of a son too, and my hope, or I think a lot of our hopes, should be that we taught them the best that we can, that they can go off and be able to take care of themselves and manage themselves and live their lives and know, what it is to have responsibility and know right from wrong and know that there's consequences for the things that you do and, so on and so forth, and that they can actually handle things when we're gone, because we're not going to be gone forever. So, girl, my advice to you is, mama got to have a life too. Now you start getting yourself into certain things, and let Louis get into what he's getting into and let him grow up. But they did have an emotional moment where he started breaking down, crying. He had to come and hug up on mama and kiss up on her. And he did say, look, I was the worst. I did some really bad things. I stole from my mother. I manipulated my mother. I, would get her to give me money for different things or whatever the case may be. Like, he knows that he's put her through a lot. And I think he really wants to prove to her as well and let her see that, all of what you did and all that what you sacrificed was not in vain. I'm actually okay now. And so I hope that Louis could get to that point. I really, really do. He broke down really crying hard, and she was telling him it's okay and giving him a hug or whatever the case may be. And so I wish Louis the best, child, because I don't know. It look like we going to be on a roller coaster. Look like him and Melissa's on Life After Lockup too, right? So just was telling her thank you for sticking with him and all of that. And I did think that was cool. So we'll see what happens with him. We'll keep an eye out on that, okay? Now, moving on along, we had Keynock and Brittany, right? And most times Key Knock be annoying the hell out of me, and I'll be like, yo, what the hell is going on? What is he doing? I don't know if it's the hormones or what the hell is happening right now, but I don't be liking the attitude. And we did see that, which I really did not understand this. Like, how do you send somebody out from prison and then, now he was saying he was just kind of getting these shots underneath the prison care while he was in there, but which is also interesting because they covered that for him to be able to have that in prison. But then you had Louis with his teeth situation where they just was like, child, ain't nobody trying to pay for these teeth, and was just ripping them all out. But nonetheless, I digress. Moving right along is like, now he's responsible for giving these injections to himself. Now he's paying out of pocket for it. And so I'm like, well, did we not get instructions? Did we not know what the layout was supposed to be? Did we not have a place that we could be referred to go here? Like, I was very nervous with them in here saying, we really don't know what we supposed to be doing with these needles. I think I remember them doing it this way when I was locked up. And so I'm just going to give it to Dan Brittany for her to do. And he talking about, you did a good job, babe. But later on, basically getting sick and kind of slurring words and feeling sluggish and tired and going and laying down and all of that. And she talking about, do we need to get to the hospital? But, he like, nah, I'm good. So when we wake up the next morning, we seem to be doing, better or whatever. And she like, yo, that was really scary. I was getting a little worried about you or whatever the case may be. I never saw you like that. And he's like, nah, I'm good or whatever, right? And at one point, she got a little offended because she felt like he was trying to say that she did something wrong with it, and that is why, he felt the way he felt, or while he was off or whatever. And then also, normally, he doesn't go past a certain time without getting the shot, and I think he had went more than 17 hours overdue or whatever. So maybe that had the why it had that effect. But nonetheless, he was seeming like he was doing better, and we sitting down, we eating strawberries, she making breakfast, and we having this conversation where all of a sudden she's bringing up leaving school, and it's like, well, why the hell would you be leaving school? And wrong person. Key Rock mentions that he had a sugar mama that was giving him money, and that money that she was giving him is basically what he was using to send Brittany money for her to go to school. And it's like, yo, I've been paying for you to go to school this whole time. That's really what you were supposed to be focusing on. So why would you, need to stop going to school? Like, what's happening? And she was like, oh, I want to be able to take care of you, do whatever I need to do. So I'm trying to take a break from school. I'm not going to stop altogether, whatever the case may be. And although I love my teacher and I love being there, I just don't think that is the place for me right now. So I know people going to think that I'm dropping out, but I'm not. And, right now it just basically is not where I need to be. And he's like, nah, that's the most important. Like, what are you talking about? Then all of this would have been for nothing. That would be a complete waste or whatever, right? You have a passion for being in beauty and all of that, so why not stick to it? He was like, I'm really trying to understand what the hell are we even talking about right now. And she's like, no, I'm telling you, this is what's best for me. You're not the one, it's my passion, not yours. And, you wasn't the one that was going to the school. I'm the one that's going to the school. So I know what's best with it or whatever, right? And he's saying that this is all bogus. So then he says, okay. And he takes her out of school, and she goes in there and she tells them this whole idea she has. And one lady literally gets on the verge of tears and was about to walk away. And the owner, the teacher's like, come back, tell her what's up, what's going on, speak. And she was like, it just hurts me to hear you coming in here talking about giving up your dreams, because I remember I did that. She's like, I'm 30 now, with my child or whatever the case may be. And, I remember stopping because I wanted to hang out. I wanted to be with friends. I wanted to be with, a boyfriend and this and that. And then the next thing time don't wait for nobody. It goes by. And then you had like 3 different ladies, her, the owner, and another lady in the chair just saying, girl, make sure that this is the right thing that you're doing and that you're doing it for you. A lot of times we say we gonna stop for just a minute, but that minute turns into, in a lifetime before you know it. Like, time don't wait for nobody. And they was not telling her anything wrong, and they was actually saying the same things that Key Rock was saying. And she talking about, well, everybody think they know better than me, and everybody trying to tell me something. This is not going to be something that I'm going to stop for. It's just going to be something that I'm going to stop for like 6 months. I'm like, whatever, Brittany girl. Now, mind you, the whole time that she's in here saying all of this to them, Key Rock is actually on the phone trying to come up with a damn job, okay? Like, I done got some training while I was locked up. Yes, I do have hands-on training. Yes, I do know how to do, all that good stuff. And the person is like, oh, well, can you come in tomorrow or whatever the case may be? Are you interested in starting immediately? And he's basically like, yeah. So it was hilarious to me that he's trying to get in here, get him a job where you going to be sitting home by yourself, girl. You ain't going to be home taking care of him because he going to be going. Like, why would you stop what you're doing? Like, make it make sense to go to do what exactly with taking care of him? He could take care of his damn self. Like, this was just such a switch from what we were seeing from Brittany before, and it really came out of nowhere and didn't make no damn sense to me. So then when she get in the car, he like, okay, what the hell happened? Like, Ann, speak up. What was happening when you was in there? What did they say? What did you decide? She's like, oh, they was basically trying to say the same thing that you was saying, and I wish everybody would get that this is not something that's going to be permanent. It's not something I'm trying to do forever. It's a temporary situation, and whoop-de-whoop-de-doo. And he's like, yeah, okay, if you say so. Like, at this point, he just like, whatever. So the phone rings, and it's her bestie. And she like, bestie, what's going on? I miss you. And Key Rock had a smile on his face. But that smile turned to the frown. And like, 1 second, baby, once he heard her talking about yeah, we need to get together, dress up, and have brunch. And we ain't in no TikTok videos in a long time. Mind you, right before she calls, I forget, Brittany want to talk about my spirituality is off. I don't feel this connected with God. I feel like I really fell off, bad babe, and she rubbing his head and all of that. And then he take her hand right down from his damn head. And he like, come on, don't play with me and try to bring up God just because you know that I'm really into my spirituality. And if that's the case, then you could have said that first. And if that is really what the problem is, then yeah, you definitely need to get on point with that and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, okay? And he was like, I got faith in you. And she's like, I'm glad you have faith in me. And then you go from that to getting on the phone with your bestie talking about brunch and TikTok. So when Key Rock was like, please make this make sense for me. What the hell are we talking about right now? You just finished jumping from quitting school, your spirituality, to now damn going out with your damn friend for freaking brunch. And he like, well, you go ahead and eat up every damn thing you want to, okay, girl? While you doing that, my ass is gonna be getting me a freaking job. I was like, yeah, Key Rock, she bugging. Now, moving on from there, we basically moving on over to Child Sheree and this damn party. Sheree and this damn party. Sheree and this damn party. Girl, if you don't get out my freaking face. Sheree over here getting done up for this party. You could have had a party in your damn house, Sheree. You really could have. You could have had a party in your house. You could have just said, we all gonna meet up at this bar or this lounge or whatever, okay? A hookah lounge and karaoke, okay? And saved your damn money. And saved our freaking time with this damn storyline, to be quite honest. Because ain't no way in the world. She here getting ready. She mad. Oh, he running late. What's going on? He was supposed to be here already. She calling his phone. He not answering. When he finally do get in the house, she's mad at him for not speaking to people that he don't know from a hole in the wall instead of her giving them a proper damn introduction. Then she talking about, I go from 0 to 100 real quick and I'm already 150. I'm getting pissed off. Why you didn't answer me? Of course, he was busy trying to work on this surprise. And with his mama, he like, I was with my mama. So he like, I'm going to go ahead and start getting myself together, take my shower, whatever, because we got to get to this party. We running out of time. Mind you, before he got there, she's talking with her cousin and friend or whatever that's sitting there. That's like, oh, he don't even know that she invited the damn baby daddy. And why did we do that? And again, she over here, oh, well, he was always being funny about the relationship and I want him to be able to come and see us there together. Like, who gives a damn, girl? Grow the freak up, okay? A lot of y'all are too damn childish for me. Like, What difference does it make? If you don't care about him and he don't care about you and it's just about your child, that should not be your concern. That was not the proper place for them to first have their introduction. That should have been something that should have just been at your house one day when he come in to pick up, his son, and then we go all sit down and we maybe talk for a minute or whatever. You have this party for you. It had nothing to do with damn child, I forgot his freaking name, y'all. Sorry. Anthony, okay? It didn't, because Anthony did not even want the party. He's literally going along with the party because of you. So now, we get ourselves together and we leaving to go to the party. She's telling the girls to lock up or whatever. We get there. Anthony is literally like, I don't know none of these damn people, okay? All of these is her people. It might be one person out the bunch that I know. And I said, is it your damn mama? Okay. But apparently when Sheree come over, she like, dag, only one of your friends came. Where's all the rest of your friends? I said, well, damn, Sheree, make him feel even freaking worse. Like, did you even invite any of the other friends? I don't know, child. It was just a mess as far as I'm concerned, right? But we here, we partying, whatever, right? So in the meantime, of course, who walks in, right? Because he was invited, her baby daddy, and everybody's looking, and they like, well, why the hell would she invite her baby daddy? Now his mama talking about, this some real messy shit. Yes, mama, I agree. And she was like, listen, nothing better not pop off, because if it do, I'm a pit bull, all right? And I'm going to be jumping on somebody's ass out here, because that's my one and only son. So she like, oh, I think he just came here to be a mess. No, he came here because your damn quote-unquote supposed daughter-in-law invited him, and you need to check her ass. But then again, that should have been on Anthony too, right? And now Anthony want to take him outside to talk, which I don't feel like Anthony needs to have no conversation with this man. I don't give a good goddamn. Yes, y'all can have a conversation based off the fact that you are going to be a man that's coming out of prison, that's going to be around my child, and if you're interacting with my child, then I would want to know you and speak to you from that part and that aspect. But the fact that Anthony has been telling us time and time again, just like he told us 11 times that he didn't want this damn party that Sheree forcing down his damn throat. He has said over and over again how he want to have a conversation with Rick about the kind of father he is, about the type of, what he doing with his son, little Rick, how much time he spent with him, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. That's not your place. How the hell are you coming out of prison and want to tell somebody else what kind of father they supposed to be? No, sir. And that is freaking Sheree's fault, because that should not even be a part of the freaking equation. It shouldn't even be a possibility for you to come at my child's father to talk to him about anything, But so far from the little piece that we was able to see, because she over here, well, where they at? Where did they go? Let me go make sure. And if anything do jump off, it's going to be because Anthony punched Rick in the face. And you think that's okay? That's what you would really want for his first night home? Him getting out of damn jail and you throwing him a welcome home party for him to punch somebody in the face and then end up back in jail, girl? So they outside and they talking. And he, for overall, they actually make sense. They both saying we ain't friends, but Anthony saying the shit too many damn times. We ain't friends. We ain't never gonna be friends. So what? Y'all ain't gotta be friends. But what you do have to do is respect me. I respect you. Yes, you're going to be around my son. So just based off of that benefit, I would want to make sure what kind of dude you are, that you're treating him right, that you're treating his mother right. Outside of that, it ain't nothing. Okay, that's basically what it boils down to, what Sheree damn baby daddy told him. And I wish her the best. I hope the best. I want her to be happy. He did not look like he was worried about being with her in no way, shape, or, fortune. Okay, they actually gave each other pounds and was like, it was all good, respect. And they was going on about their business. And then she want to sit here and give him a damn hug and talk about some freaking, oh, it's so good to know that they was actually able to have a conversation. And that's what I wanted. And we all as one. And we feel, no, that's not what you wanted. You wanted some freaking ghetto ass fight to break out. And when it didn't, that didn't work. He was not jealous about y'all being there together. And that's what you really wanted. And then you got your spot blown up because when we go back inside, now Anthony is ready to go ahead and, do this proposal. And now his mama and her brother is down they damn necks, mainly Anthony, And well, the mama was on her head, okay, and her brother was on Anthony's head, because he felt like, yo, I just stepped up to you and said how we had an issue with you not asking for blessings, and y'all kind of jumping and getting married in the first place, and then you're gonna hold back the fact that y'all actually did get married and have us thinking that y'all got married or whatever, and not say nothing or whatever, and then come here and propose to her. Like, really? So he's like, the little bit of respect he was trying to give, now that's basically going out the window. His girl is basically like, we confused as hell right now. And his mama's going in on, Sheree, like, yo, you lied to me, you lied to me, you lied to me, really? And she like, talk to your son about that. And I'm like, you know what? Y'all all just, I guess this was for the storyline, because make it make sense. Then we realized that we only got 15 minutes and we need to get back to the house, or he gonna be in trouble with parole. Child, if y'all don't get the hell up out of here with this freaking foolishness. Moving on along, as usual, last but never damn least, Joy, Janomi, and Mr. Red, okay? Baby, why? What was going on in that room? What was going on in that room? Because, child, that room looked like it stank 10 times worse than the one that damn Ashanti was in, honey. I don't know what the hell was going on up in there, but they said they had some hot, funky sex every place that they could, every way that they could, okay? It was too much damn information. They was in the shower. They was, to the walls, to the sweat. They was doing it all, okay? And he was so happy, and he talking about how he was, nibbling on the kitty cat for 2 hours, child. I said, I don't know. Okay, if you say so, right? And she said he promised he was going to please her, and he did, all right? So, I said, good for y'all. I'm happy for y'all, whatever. Now, we going to go and get his hair done, and we go over here. She introducing herself. She been calling. She been making the arrangements to get the hair done. She said, okay, I'm going to hook him up. It's going to take about 2.5 hours. So Janomi leaves for a minute to, give them their time for him to get his hair done. When she leaves, oh, I forgot. He did stop by Mama's house, and Mama gave him a phone. So Mama's basically asking him, are you sure you ready for this? Because when they first was getting dropped off, before they went to the hotel, Mama said, come on, you could come in here for a minute. She said, you ain't got to rush. I know you want to get out here and get to this hotel. He sure did, okay? He couldn't wait. And she was like, spend a little time with me, look around in the house you ain't seen in a long time, and things of that nature. And let's have a little chit chat, okay? Are you sure you really want to just jump up and run with Janomi? Like, you really have not lived life. Maybe you don't want to just jump straight out from prison and then go and live with her. Now, Red, even though his actions is saying something else completely damn different, is actually saying to his mama, to us, to Janomi, and anybody that will listen, that yes, he is ready for this. Yes, he do want to do this. He really does love her. She's been there for him. She's held him down. He's all in. He don't feel like he can stay here. He feels like he need a fresh start, like he was locked up behind these concrete walls for all this time. And this is the place that he want to go and live his life, start a life, be a husband, be a dad, the whole 9 yards. Mama said, okay. She asked him like 3 times, was he sure? He kept saying yes. So she said, all right, I'll leave it to you. So when we got to the hotel, we also wanted to sit downstairs and have a drink first. He was like, I never had a drink with you. Okay. Haven't had a drink in a long time, honey. This ain't gonna be like no hooch. And we gonna go ahead and say cheers, right? So after all of that happens, and Mama did give him a phone, he's using that phone to FaceTime this chick while he getting his hair done. And baby, oh, bestie. So now we done went from auntie to bestie, child. Bestie, what's going on? You look good. How I look? Oh, I guess you look good, but I don't know if I should be saying that since you just my bestie. And we gonna hee, ha, ha, and all of that. And of course, even the beautician that was doing his hair caught it and was like, what was that about? He talking about, oh, she just a friend, somebody that I knew, that we asking, can we see each other? And he talking about it could be real quick, okay? And so she was like, and do she know all about this? And he basically like just got quiet. She like, be careful. And he like, yeah, I will. I said, child, Red, we see you and we know what time it is, and we know that you and Janomi is not going to be lasting for a very long time. Okay, it's gonna be over before it can even get started, because he already been telling us how he loved the ladies and he loved talking to the ladies, and he was locked up with dudes all this time, and so the last thing he want to be doing is talking to more dudes. And of course Janome does not want him talking to girls, so we gotta go ahead and sneak to talk to them. And we also feel as though if she would have never got pregnant, then she would never have told him about the times that she cheated. And he may have a point there. But that was the episode, y'all. Y'all put it in the comments. Y'all let me know, what did you like, what you didn't like, who are you rooting for? Was there any surprises in here for you? Do you think they all trash, or do you think some of them stand a chance? Okay, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Till next time, y'all. Toodaloo.